Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm Jewel, and as you can see I'm on my Jewel's Peaceful Valley map. We're going to go ahead and hop right into it. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate every single new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't seen the channel, I do tutorials for Giants editor. I also do simulator games. If you haven't seen it all before, just one or two episodes, so check out the playlist. But we're going to jump right in. Appreciate everybody that's been watching. So let's get to it. We're going to head on down. I'm going to be looking into doing some housework, putting houses and things down, just not really placing them perfectly, but just giving their general area. So I'm thinking of putting some houses here, making this a little area here. So let me import some from, export some into this map. We're going to jump into the other map. This is the Elm Creek map. Basically it's a mod map. We'll go ahead and find a house. Let me just roll in. Let me see, there's some over there. Let's just grab one. It don't really matter. Alright, so we're gonna get the whole group, and you'll look over here, we got the house, and if you just want the house you can do that, but I'm gonna grab the fence around it as well. So now we already have it highlighted. You could do the whole entire thing and get it all, and eventually I'll get these things, but I really don't want it right now, so I'm gonna grab them more separately, right, at least for now. We'll worry about that later. So I'm gonna click back on here and then click back over here, and we're going to click File, Export Selection with Files. We're going to find where we want to put it into the map. Just take and go down wherever your map is, and this is where mine is for now. I'm going to make a houses folder here, and let's see what we got here. There we go, and this will be for the houses. Open that, click here. I should have copied and pasted that, but we'll wing it. We'll just call it residential. Let me see what I got. Residential. Looks like they got extra L over there. I don't know what that's all about, but I guess I'll throw it in there. And then an HOME 35, and I think that's good for now. We'll worry about whatever it was in a minute. We can always add it to it if we need to. We hit save, yes, and yes. We'll go ahead and copy and paste that just in case. Okay, so it just says the whole thing. Alright, we'll copy that. Typically you want to copy that first so that you can send it in there. Alright, so now we have that one. Let's jump back to our map, and we'll come over here, click import, go ahead and click on it, because usually it will pop back up. If you just put it there, it'll pop right up to it. If you didn't just put it there, you'll have to go search for it wherever you put it. So just remember where you put whatever you wanted, and you'll be good to go. Now we can change the name of this. Let's see, paste. There we go. Now you gotta refresh that down here by clicking on it again and click open. And now it's at the bottom of the list, and we're gonna just throw it right here. We're gonna hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, left mouse click. Oh, it looks like I got everything. Did I do that? Did I really? Let me see. Huh? There was apparently something else there with it. Let me go back and see that. I didn't see that. Is there something else? Oh, sure is. Well, we got whatever this is. That's interesting. I'm okay with that. We'll put it somewhere. Alright, we'll worry with that later though. We're worried about the house right now. So we're going to have to take that out of there. Out of the group for a minute. Let's take it out. Oh, it's the cereal factory. Really? Is it really? So it's not necessarily. Okay, so they just had like an extra one. Okay. Alright. Let's take that out of there. I'm going to hit edit and cut. Then edit. Edit. and paste. So it'll go in the bottom, just so I don't have to move it around with that. Okay. Alright. Let's drag this over here. Control B as in boy, left mouse click, a couple of times till it finishes. And we're not worried about the ground, we're just getting the size of these areas adjusted. We're not doing groundwork yet. I'm just getting some ideas about, oh, well, this, how big is this? Where does this need to go? That, let's undo that. Alright, let's get to moving. Alright, so here's the road. The road's gonna actually be smaller. Let me look. The road is not going to be that big. Let me get on down there. Let's get on into, not that view, this view. Alright, let's drop down so we can see kind of what it's going to look like. Okay, so that's pretty big. Alright, let's escape out of that. The road's not going to be that big. So, what I'm going to do is go over here to the other map. I'm going to show you something. And get your paint thing, or any one of your brush, any one of the things that would show your brush is really all you're using is to measure. We're going to measure this road here. We're going to roll in closer so we can see better. And you can just lay a piece of road in if we have to. You could just grab one and throw it in the map just to measure with, but I'm not worried about the roads right now. But we're going to just measure just to have our idea here, roughly speaking. Let's get up here where it's right there. Alright. So that's a 8.75. We'll say 9. We're just going to make it 9 and say that's good. Of course, that one's coming over further. So I'm going to click on that and see. Okay, yeah. That's about right. So we're going to say it's a 9. Alright, so now we're going to go back to our map. Let me click off of that before I go, because I don't want to delete this row by accident. Alright, so we can come over here, click on that, put it on 9. Put this on 9, everything else should be good. We'll just leave it as is on that, but we'll have to put this on square, and we're going to left mouse click up. Got to put that back on 9. We're going to hit Control R on the grass and hit the left mouse button, and it's going to put this on grass. You look at the list, I just put it there, and we're going to shrink that, but let me go back up. See, that's much more than what we need, so we're gonna make a spot here so I can make the measurement real quick. Alright, let's put it back on 9. We're gonna grab this, Control R, and see kind of where we're at with that. Come on, put this back here to 9, and there's 9. Okay, so let's say the road is here approximately there. What? Okay, it dropped down, so there's the size of that highway. Now see how much smaller that looks? I just want you to understand the scale. So that was the purpose of measuring it. So now when we go in on this, that's what size the road would be. Let me make sure, because that seems awful different. Is it? This doesn't seem like it, does it? Alright, well, we're going to check that in the other map. Let's jump back and see if you're worried. We're going to get right on down here. Yeah. Once you look this way and that way. Yep. Okay. Don't seem like it, does it? Alright. If y'all say so. Now we can fix the rest of it at 9. Okay. So now we're going to hit this back onto the paint mode. We're going to put it back on the grass. We're going to get rid of the rest of this so that we can make the road all the way. And get rid of that. Make this bigger. Get it all the way up to there. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and finish. We're going to click back on this and put it back on 9. And hit Control R on top of that to get that. And we're going to bring it right along. Just measuring. This doesn't mean this is the road at this point, so don't panic. Alright. This is just giving me the idea and the placement, roughly speaking. I'm not worried if it goes off track any. I'm just getting a basic width and shape, and we good. Alright. On that. So now we're going to come on down. We'll fix this one too. We're going to basically say, let's just get the corner part fixed. We're not going to do the whole road right now. We'll go ahead and click back on the paint mode, Control R on the grass, and we will remove this area here, and we're going to paint that. We'll go on past it, to be honest. That way we'll have it pretty straightforward on where we're wanting it. We're going to put it back on this, Control R, put it back on 9. Alright, and roll it once to get it to go down. Alrighty, we're going to bring it out a little further, and then we're going to start going this way. Let me check real quick. I do need to actually check that road, because I was going to move this bridge over, so maybe I should back off. Let me check. I wanted to move this bridge over a little bit further to about right here. I don't want it right next to, where are we going? Alright. I was thinking more here. I don't want to go too far over, but a little bit further. Alright, so let's do that real quick. Let's just go ahead and paint that road in, and then we'll know. We'll just say this is it. So we're going to say this is the bridge area. I don't know, it's taking off a lot of the area. Maybe I should bump it over just a hair. Maybe put it here. Let's see. We'll put it here. And we'll say this is the road. Try to keep it as straight as possible, just generally speaking. Alright. So that's not too terrible. We'll make it intersect right here. And we're just going to drag that right along. We'll move that. And then this will go. We could turn it there if we want to, but I'm thinking I'll keep it back. We'll just move this back. We'll move all that back. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Are we going to turn this road? I think we will. Well, I don't want that up. Alright. Let's turn this road. Let me see. We're going to turn it right there. Let's go ahead and turn this road. It's going to come across right here. And we're going to get rid of this real quick so we can show where in the world we're going with this. We'll move the gas station as well. Alright, so we'll get rid of all this. Okay. So we can paint it on over there. Let's make this bigger, save us some time. Alright. Put it back on 9. Put it back on this. Control R. Drag it over. And then it's just going to come straight out. Whoa, where's that going? Alrighty. The mouse has its own ideas. Just won't jump around on me. Roughly speaking. Okay, that gives us roughly what I want right there. So we'll take away some of this real quick. Alrighty. We'll move that so we can paint it. Alright. Just getting the basic shape going here. And we'll straighten that out a little bit. Alright. Put it back on 9. Then we can start on our housing. Alright, Control R. Roughly speaking. And that's going to go that way. So, let's see what we got. So you'll be driving along. You're going to have the shop here. Let's move this tree out of the way. Over here. We could leave that there actually, since it's on that corner, like the shop's on the corner. I'm going to leave the shop there. And technically I can leave the gas station on this corner, since we moved that. So our bridge is going to go here, so they're just going to come off the bridge and then they turn, they'll have another entrance way into the shop, and then we'll turn and then we'll go on, and then the bridge will be here. We're not going to worry about the rest of that road. You get the point. This road will connect to here, so on and so forth. This is just a basic getting some sizes right, you know, lining things up the way I need them to be. Uh-oh, so it pulled that out of there, huh? That's interesting. Well, that's fine. I must have moved it separate. I'm not going to worry about it because if I move everything again like that, I accidentally took it out of there is what I did. So I'll move it and fix it. Don't worry. Roughly speaking, we're going to put it down. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's the mailbox. There it is. Alright, let's have a peek over at the other map. Where is the house we were looking at? Right here. Okay, so the road's there and it's just a little piece off of the road. So we don't gotta worry. We don't have to make it exactly. I just wanted to get an idea where theirs was. And we're just gonna do that. And as you can see, it's pretty straight. It's not perfect. Let's see, that road's probably more crooked than this is. This is probably actually pretty centered, is what I would say. Alright, so now we're going to click on just this, since we moved all that. And I may end up re-importing it, deleting it and re-importing it, but I'm just getting this to give me some ideas of where my stuff's going to be, some of it, so I can check the sizes and things. Alright, let's go in a little. Got the fence going there. Alright, let's move this. I'm trying to get in close enough where y'all can see better. There we go. So we got to move that and then move this to get in alignment. Uh-oh, click on that. Alright, let's get over here a minute. Alright, so roughly speaking, right about there. It looks like does this match up with the door? No. Maybe I'm in the wrong fence. I don't know. That's interesting. Let's go have a look. What's that all about? So it didn't line up with the door. That's funny. Well, it is a door. It looks like a window. And then they got a door there. That looks funny. Okay, so it is lined up with a door, roughly speaking. We're gonna lower this a minute, just a little. We're not trying to make all this perfect yet. I'm gonna put it on down, so don't panic. We're not trying to fix all that. This is just giving me an idea of size and the placement of it. Okay, so we should be able to move it now as a whole and drag it over if we want it to be closer to the edge of the road. I don't know how close I really want it. I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Just a little bit. So I can see. We're going to adjust all that, so don't worry. Okay. Roughly speaking, let me see. If I'm on the road, let's drop on down real quick. Okay, so the house will be there. So that's plenty of little grass room. We don't have to have it all the way to the edge of the road. I like to have a little bit of a room there. Then this is supposed to be a little further back. I think I'll move it back a hair. So let's escape. I don't mind it being close, but I don't think I want it quite that close. Maybe something like that. Maybe a hair more. Time I start putting other stuff down. Now, we have at least something to anchor this corner and give us an idea about housing, sizes, and that kind of thing. So what I can do is, if I'm satisfied with that type of size, instead of just pulling all the houses in, which, as you can see, they're pretty close to the same width on that. You don't have to make every single lot the same. But if you get your brush, and if you're wanting to know what size is that going to be, you can just, okay, you can't hover it over here off the map because the map ends right there. But you can hover it over this one and roll in. Hang on, let's roll on into it. See where the actual land ends. Okay, right by this fence. So we're going to make our brush go right to that to get the idea of the width. There we go. Of this particular one. And that's roughly 17. Pretty much. So let's look to the back, or from a top view when we put it on there, so you can see. Okay, and see how big it goes? It goes a little further, so you would either want half of it, well, not even half, just a little off of it if you want that size of a lot. But that'll pretty much give you the idea of about what they've got. So if you want it bigger, you can make it bigger, but you'll at least have some sort of idea. I would say do 17, and then you can take a smidgen off of it if you wanted it pretty much the same for that particular house. You can look at these other houses. You can see they don't give them very much room here. So go ahead and click on this one. Same thing. It's about the 17 width and a little more. So if you use 17, that's pretty much going to give you a way to paint it down. And you can see these houses almost fit within that. So I would go a little bigger, say, on some of them, obviously, because some of them's not, some has a bigger area, garage or what have you. So that just gives you a little idea on size to paint down instead of just putting houses all the time. So if we jump back and you didn't want to import the house right in, you could click on here and put it on 17-ish, or a little bigger if you wanted a bigger one. So say we wanted the same house that was next to this one over there. It's 17, so that would be this, the width of this. So then you take and put it on concrete or whatever you want to put it on, just to make note of where you want it, and say the house goes right next to this one. Then you can just paint down just when you're marking it out, if you want to mark it out without bringing everything over yet. But if you want, just bring it on over, and then it gives you the scale and everything. So we're almost done. We're just gonna do a little bit more on the roads probably for this episode. We'll do mostly roads repair work. But at least we got a house in, and there's going to be a house next to it. It's going to be that big, and then you can go bigger on the next one. Say you want a house right next to that, or whatever you want to do, and then you can go search and bring in another house. Say we want this house. See how much bigger this one is? It's got this garage with it, so you make sure you get it all like so. Look around, make sure nothing else is connected. Alright, that's good enough. Wonder what this has in it. Okay, so see, I checked on that one and I get everything in there. So make sure you pick the one that gives you everything. It's going to give you all the stuff that goes with it and the garage. So we're going to pick that one. I actually need to pick this one and just see what it gives me. Okay, so that is one, and we're going to hit File, Export Selection with Files. Well, we're going to cancel that because you need to copy and paste the one. Copy and paste it. Click Copy, click File, make sure it's still highlighted where the one you want, Export Selection with Files. And if this is where you want it, which this is where I want it in the house folder, right click here and click Paste. If not, go find the map you're going to put it in, make the title, houses, whatever you're going to do, make a folder, whatever, however you're going to do it. Don't have to do it, you can do it for whatever, it could be for anything. Just put whatever name it is and then click Save. Yes and yes in this case. And jump back over to your map. And we're going to put this house next to there because we're going to put that other house there. So we're going to bring this one on over a little bit here. So we're going to come up here and hit File, Import, click on 37, Open. It's going to pop it in the scene graph. And when it's finished, hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, left mouse click. Now we have it down here and we can just pick it up higher if we need to a little bit. And then our little turn thing got turned off apparently. Let me see, I can't see good. There we go. If your gizmo goes away, click on, check these to see which one is checked or unchecked. Make it all like that and you'll get it all back. So you'll turn it to face the mailbox to the road and try to square it up. I'm going to bring it over just a bit. Then we'll bring it on out to the road roughly. Then we're going to bring it down a little. Now obviously the ground's not situated yet, but we're just getting it close. And as you can see, we're pretty much there. I'm going to bring it down a little just for the garbage can, even though we're not ready to set it up. But anyway, you see that it's beginning to do it. And then you can put that other house here, and it don't have to be concrete. I was just showing you how to measure if you didn't want to do all that and you just wanted to count out how many houses you was going to have, so you could do the spacing. Then you could just pop them in afterward and paint grass, or you could do it however you want. But we're going to have houses come. We're going to turn a little down a street here. So that's what I wanted to do real quick before we end this video. I don't want this video to get too long. We're going to put this back on 9. So just watch it and roll it up to 9 with your scroll wheel, or you can change it in the box. Hit Control R to get it back on here. And what I'm thinking is make this a street. But it wouldn't be that wide of a street, to be honest. Let's jump real fast back over here and find us a side street. See, is this one 9 as well? I think it is actually. Let's just see. Is this 9 as well? Let me go back down. I don't know why it's going crooked there. I guess it's because I got that selected. What's up with that? Okay. Alrighty. Lights. Maybe that's it. Here we go. Here's a smaller one. That's what I was going to look at and see. Maybe we have something like this. Okay. Roughly speaking, 3.25. Okay. See, and that would be pretty small. But I think 2 vehicles would fit down it. Not sure, maybe not. But you get the point. So we're going to jump over. And if we wanted it smaller, or if you wanted it a double road, we could do it. We'll just leave it at 9 and say it's 9. Give them a little more space of a yard. And just say that it's going to come straight down a little bit. And then say we're going to have houses obviously going down the road. We don't want to go too far here, because what you can do is put houses behind these houses. And then you can make a road connect up here. So, but I'm not going to draw them all out right now because I don't want the video too long. But you get the point. Let's see. We could move that house back a little. Let's duplicate this house here. Control D as in dog. Duplicate it, let it finish. As soon as it pops up, now you can move it. We're just doing that for scale. I'm not going to necessarily put this house right here. We'll put one of some sort here, but you get the point. And then this house will need to move over because he don't need to be messing with that person's backyard. And so they're at backyard in there, roughly. And then this would be here, roughly speaking. And so it gives you kind of an idea of where to mark things out. So say we're going to have two more, two houses here, and you can have another house there, or they can have a bigger yard. Just depends on how you want to do it. We're going to have houses, a couple houses over here. So it just depends on how big a yard you want to give some of these people. Bigger yard, maybe his yard goes behind this guy. Maybe then there's a house here. Then this guy's got a bigger yard and it's going to come over here. Then this guy's got a smaller yard. Just depends on how you want to run it. And then you could run a road up this way if you want. We'll probably run one the other way. We're going to have some houses over here. It's going to just be a whole little street. And then we'll make it whip around and come back like some sort of a loop. And we'll have another little turn off in other areas over here. But anyway, we're going to call that an episode. I don't want to get this video too long. I'm just trying to get a little done at a time, showing y'all increments of what I'm doing. Trying to get this moving along. But we're going to try to plot it out. We're going to adjust everything as we go along, get the ground leveled right. When we start working on individual pieces and things, we'll work on this, just this area at a time, just that area, and so on. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and call that an episode. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.